Friends, are you ready for the truth? The glitz, the glam, and the Hollywood spotlight. Behind it all lies a story that until now only insiders knew, and it's finally coming to light. Yes, we're talking about the shocking secret betrayal hidden behind Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's 27-year marriage. And hold on, this isn't just some anonymous affair. No, it's Mauricio secretly romancing Kyle's own best friend, Morgan Wade. Can you even imagine it? The red carpets, the perfect couple, the public smiles, it was all a perfect mask. Behind the scenes, Mauricio was chasing his personal desires and boosting his career, while Kyle Richards carried the weight of emotional and parental responsibilities. And the kicker? This explosive betrayal has been exposed through leaked photos, secret messages, and hidden meetings, and yes, Joe Rogan has finally weighed in, shaking Hollywood to its core. So the question remains, was Mauricio Umansky really a devoted husband, or a master manipulator exploiting fame, money, and emotional trust? And Morgan Wade's role? Could this be the ultimate twist in the betrayal saga? Today we're going to show you everything that tabloids, Bravo, and VH1 could never openly reveal. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's names have always been synonymous with the perfect Hollywood couple on red carpets. Amid the flashing cameras, the glitz, and the carefully crafted smiles, they presented to the world what seemed like a fairy tale marriage. But as insider sources began leaking information, the curtain lifted, revealing a world of trust, betrayal, and emotional manipulation that until now only insiders had seen. The most shocking twist? Mauricio Umansky's betrayal wasn't just some casual affair, it was a secret romance with Kyle's own best friend, Morgan Wade. And this hidden relationship came to light through photos and messages that are now shaking Hollywood gossip and tabloids to their core. At first glance, it sounds unbelievable. On one side, Kyle Richards quietly carrying the weight of her emotional and parental responsibilities. And on the other, Mauricio Umansky, seemingly willing to cross any boundary to satisfy his personal desires and career ambitions. Insiders say Mauricio has a history of exploiting trust and personal relationships to boost his image and expand his Hollywood connections. This isn't new. If you look at his career trajectory over the years, it's clear that Kyle's fame and network gave him a professional boost that was previously unimaginable. Roles like being an American Idol judge, media appearances, and networking with Hollywood elites were all opportunities that were just dreams before the marriage. Then comes the heart of the betrayal. Leaked messages and evidence of secret meetings paint a picture that is not only shocking but deeply emotional. According to insiders close to Kyle, Mauricio and Morgan Wade's interactions started subtly, disguised as casual friendship. But over time, the intensity and secrecy of their encounters grew. Deleted phone messages and hidden photos reveal that this affair was not a brief flirtation, it was a months-long, possibly years-long pattern. Hollywood tabloids covered the revelation like an explosion. Public and fan reactions went viral on social media. Hashtags started trending on Twitter and Instagram, labeling Mauricio as the man who betrays trust, while empathy and outrage poured in for Kyle Richards. Anonymous insider reports suggest that Kyle's initial reaction was a mix of disbelief and emotional shock, coupled with the heavy burden of decision-making. Some reports indicate that she spent time in denial, but the leaked photos and meetings eventually provided the clarity she needed. This marriage was a facade, and the scale of personal betrayal was unimaginable. Mauricio's behavior also came under intense scrutiny. Insiders argue that he strategically leveraged Kyle's emotional investment. While carefully hiding his secret romance with Morgan Wade, this pattern suggests that for Mauricio, the marriage wasn't about emotional companionship. It was a platform to maximize his career opportunities and personal pleasures. Experts and Hollywood analysts note that in cases like this, emotional manipulation is subtle. By the time the public or spouse realizes what's happening, the exploitative pattern is already firmly established. Once the evidence became public, the intensity of the scandal skyrocketed. Memes, outraged posts, and video commentaries flooded social media. Fans' reactions were a mix of anger, disbelief, and dark humor. Mauricio was criticized relentlessly, while Kyle received waves of sympathy and support. Insider sources further claim that the leaked materials didn't just document romantic interactions but also luxury trips and secret dinners arranged behind the scenes. These details clearly show that the betrayal was not only emotional but also involved material and lifestyle exploitation. It didn't stop at personal betrayal. Public and industry experts argue that Mauricio Umansky's career and public persona were directly built on Kyle's fame and network. Once limited in recognition, he suddenly gained media appearances, high-profile real estate deals, and entertainment gigs, all facilitated through Kyle's connections. Some insiders suggest that this betrayal and secret romance were part of a pattern of personal gain and emotional exploitation. And here's where the drama peaks. Joe Rogan finally gave his opinion, creating a mix of reasoned outrage and viral commentary. He explicitly highlighted that Mauricio exploited emotional and social capital for his own desires, while Kyle, facing this betrayal involving her best friend, ultimately decided on divorce. Rogan's commentary went viral on social media, and tabloids ran headlines like "Joe Rogan breaks silence on Kyle Richards' divorce." From Kyle's perspective, the combination of emotional shock, betrayal, and parental responsibility created an overwhelming burden. Alongside custody and family planning decisions, she made a step for her own dignity and personal well-being. According to insiders, this divorce was not just a legal or financial resolution. It was also a statement of emotional closure and self-preservation. For Hollywood insiders and fans, this scandal created a perfect storm: the scale of betrayal, the secret romance, leaked evidence, and the fall from grace of a high-profile couple, all packaged together. Social media reactions are a mix of anger and fascination. People speculate about Mauricio's motives and patterns, while Morgan Wade's involvement is viewed as the ultimate twist. The story grows even more tangled. Insider sources claim that Mauricio's past interactions and career moves suggest he has always strategically leveraged opportunities and relationships, using Kyle's fame and influence while simultaneously maintaining a secret romance. Resembles the behavior of a manipulative genius. But on Kyle's side, her emotional strength and parental dedication show just how deep and impactful the betrayal truly was. The most shocking revelation is in the timing and pattern of the leaks. Mauricio and Morgan's secret interactions were strategically arranged around red carpets, award shows, and high-profile events. This shows that the betrayal was meticulously planned and sustained, ultimately pushing Kyle to a breaking point where she could no longer ignore the truth. As this story leaked across tabloids, Bravo, VH1, and entertainment news networks, public fascination and outrage surged. Social media analytics indicate that Kyle and Mauricio's names continuously trended, while fan theories, outrage posts, and memes spread like wildfire. Insider commentary also confirms that Morgan Wade's involvement was the ultimate twist, completely shocking Hollywood insiders and the public alike. The narrative intensifies further. After Joe Rogan's commentary, insiders argue that Mauricio's pattern exemplifies a classic exploitative celebrity marriage, one partner carrying the emotional labor and parental responsibilities, while the other gains career advancement, personal pleasure, and secret romance. This imbalance, combined with leaked evidence and public outrage, has set a new benchmark in Hollywood gossip. At this stage, Kyle Richards' personal strength, dignity, and decisive action stand out. According to insiders, this divorce was not just about legalities, it was a statement of emotional closure, self-preservation, and public accountability. From Mauricio's perspective, his career and public persona remain largely unaffected, but the damage to personal trust and reputation is undeniable. This first chapter of the scandal, fueled by insiders, leaked evidence, and social media outrage, creates a perfect build-up. For the public and fans, it's a mix of intrigue, anger, and fascination, and this is only the beginning. The story continues, escalating the scandal further, keeping the public and Hollywood's attention, while revealing hidden layers of betrayal that will be expanded in the next part. As the scandal unfolded, the leaks only grew more damning. Insider reports reveal that Mauricio Umansky's secret rendezvous with Morgan Wade weren't just sporadic slip-ups, they were meticulously planned. Hidden photos, deleted messages, and confidential witness accounts all paint a picture of a man carefully navigating two worlds, the public image of a devoted husband and the private indulgence of a long-running secret affair. The shock wasn't just in the act itself, but in the level of calculated precision. Mauricio allegedly coordinated these encounters around major Hollywood events, ensuring he maintained the perfect facade while the deception quietly spiraled out of control. Sources close to Kyle Richards described the emotional toll as immense. While Mauricio was jet-setting across the globe, attending glitzy events and leveraging Kyle's fame for career advancement, Kyle was left managing not only the home front but the complex emotional landscape of raising children under a marriage built on secrecy. She carried the weight of the family, the public image, and the emotional labor, an insider confided. And all the while, he was maneuvering behind the scenes to further his own ambitions. It's manipulative genius at work and utterly heartbreaking. Even the financial imbalance added fuel to the fire. Kyle Richards' fortune, reportedly in the hundreds of millions, dwarfed Mauricio's. While Mauricio certainly had his own successes in real estate, insiders suggest that his rise into mainstream Hollywood circles, media attention, and industry credibility was accelerated dramatically after marrying. Kyle, from guest appearances to insider connections at award shows, every opportunity seemed to correlate with his union to Kyle. Many argue that without Kyle's network, Mauricio's career would never have reached its current heights. The leaked materials also indicate that the affair wasn't purely emotional. Lavish gifts, private dinners, and luxury trips were documented extensively. Insider photos suggest secretive weekend getaways in Malibu and hidden hotel rendezvous, meticulously timed so as not to raise suspicion. Observers of the situation note a pattern. While Kyle was deeply invested in family life, Mauricio enjoyed a dual reality where romance and indulgence went unchecked, creating an unequal balance in the marriage that favored his desires. Social media erupted when the leaks went public. Fans dissected every image and message, pointing out inconsistencies in Mauricio's public persona. Twitter threads debated the timeline of events. Instagram posts highlighted hidden patterns, and YouTube commentary exploded with speculation. One anonymous source claimed, "It's not just betrayal, it's emotional exploitation on a massive scale." He used trust as currency to advance himself socially and professionally. Memes spread like wildfire, often mixing outrage with dark humor, emphasizing just how surreal and public the scandal had become. Meanwhile, Morgan Wade's involvement added layers of intrigue that tabloids and Bravo insiders couldn't ignore. Her friendship with Kyle made the affair deeply personal, creating a triangle of betrayal that pushed the narrative from ordinary celebrity scandal into the realm of Hollywood drama legend. According to multiple insider sources, the affair started subtly, under the guise of friendly interactions, but evolved into a clandestine romance over months and possibly years. Each secret interaction, meticulously hidden in text and private messages, highlighted Mauricio's willingness to exploit not just his spouse, but her closest confidant. Leaked evidence also shows Mauricio strategically managing the optics of the affair. Publicly, he maintained the image of a devoted husband, attending charity events, award shows, and high-profile gatherings alongside Kyle. Behind the scenes, he was reportedly orchestrating private encounters and manipulating social media narratives to avoid suspicion. The level of premeditation shocked even longtime Hollywood observers. "We've seen celebrity affairs before," said one anonymous entertainment analyst, "but this is on another level. It's the perfect combination of secrecy, calculation, and personal gain." Kyle's response to the leaks further intensified the drama. Sources reveal that upon discovering the depth of Mauricio's betrayal, she experienced a mix of disbelief, anger, and empowerment. She realized the marriage she had invested so much of herself into was a facade, an insider reported, and the betrayal with her best friend made the decision for divorce inevitable. She knew she had to reclaim her life and protect her children from the fallout. The custody arrangement that followed highlighted this reality. Kyle's involvement and responsibility for the children far outweighed Mauricio's, reflecting the imbalance that had persisted throughout the marriage. Hollywood insiders also point to a broader pattern of Mauricio using emotional manipulation for personal gain. By relying on Kyle's investment in family and public life, he was able to maximize both social standing and career opportunities. Joe Rogan's commentary on the situation underscores this interpretation. As he noted Mauricio's calculated exploitation of emotional trust and social connections, Rogan's take went viral, cementing public perception that Mauricio benefited from the marriage far more than Kyle ever did, while maintaining a carefully curated public image of the devoted husband. The leaked messages themselves provide a chilling insight into Mauricio's mindset. According to insiders, texts show planning and coordination that indicate awareness of risk and a deliberate attempt to maintain secrecy. The pattern isn't impulsive, it's sustained, strategic, and self-serving. Some leaked images reportedly show luxury gifts exchanged during secret meetings, dinners in private suites, and social media posts timed to divert attention. Every action was calculated to preserve Mauricio's public image while continuing the private affair, demonstrating a level of duplicity that astonished even Hollywood veterans, fans, and media. Outlets alike have debated the broader implications of the scandal. Many point to the systemic imbalance in celebrity marriages, where emotional labor is disproportionately borne by one partner while the other capitalizes on fame, wealth, and connections. In this case, Mauricio's rise in Hollywood appears inextricably linked to his marriage to Kyle, adding a layer of calculated exploitation to the affair narrative. This revelation has sparked intense conversation online, with hashtags and trending topics dissecting the timeline, the leaked evidence, and the ethical implications of celebrity manipulation. Adding to the spectacle, multiple insider accounts suggest that Mauricio maintained a level of performance in public that was almost theatrical. From red carpet events to award shows, he presented the image of a supportive husband, while orchestrating secret encounters behind closed doors. This duality created a dissonance that fueled public fascination. How could someone so charming and accomplished maintain such secrecy while sustaining a public persona of devotion? For fans, the contrast between public appearances and leaked private evidence has become a central talking point. Amplifying the scandal's reach, Morgan Wade's role cannot be overstated. The insider report suggests that her involvement was not merely opportunistic but a conscious engagement in the secret relationship. Her friendship with Kyle made the betrayal intensely personal, transforming what might have been an ordinary Hollywood affair into a dramatic saga of trust, deception, and manipulation. Observers note that the combination of Mauricio's ambition and Morgan's complicity created a perfect storm for scandal, ensuring that when the truth emerged, it would shake Hollywood's gossip machine to its core. Even Kyle's public responses, though measured, have been scrutinized. Her statements convey strength and composure, but insiders suggest that every word is layered with subtext, revealing the depth of her awareness and control over the narrative. In interviews and public appearances post-leak, she has maintained dignity while subtly asserting the consequences of betrayal, reinforcing the public perception that Mauricio's actions were exploitative. The contrast between her calm, poised public image and the explosive private revelations has only intensified fan engagement, and media coverage. Leaked evidence also highlights Mauricio's patterns of indulgence and entitlement. Insider sources claim that during his secret meetings with Morgan, he enjoyed not only emotional satisfaction but material luxury: private villas, expensive dinners, and carefully timed trips designed to avoid suspicion. These actions illustrate a broader pattern. While Kyle managed family responsibilities and the household, Mauricio pursued personal pleasures and career gains, creating a deeply unequal dynamic that has become a central theme of public outrage. Social media's reaction has been relentless. Viral threads dissect every detail, fans speculate on motives, and commentary channels analyze each leak, turning the scandal into an interactive event. From outrage to fascination, the public has become a key participant in narrating the saga. In particular, Joe Rogan's commentary gave the scandal legitimacy and a voice that transcended tabloids, framing Mauricio's actions as a masterclass in manipulation and exploitation. The combination of private betrayal, Leaked evidence, public outrage, and celebrity status has made this scandal one of Hollywood's most talked about stories. The public is not just consuming gossip, they are witnessing a narrative that exposes power dynamics, emotional exploitation, and the hidden mechanisms of fame and relationships. As insiders reveal more, it becomes clear that this is more than a personal story. It is a cautionary tale about trust, manipulation, and the hidden costs of celebrity life. The first wave of leaks set the stage, but insiders suggest this is just the tip of the iceberg. Additional revelations, potentially including legal documents, further communications, and undisclosed interactions, are expected to surface. Each new piece of evidence adds layers to the scandal, maintaining the intensity and keeping the public and media focused. The combination of timing, strategic leaks, and the high-profile nature of the individuals involved ensures that this story will continue dominating headlines for weeks to come. As the scandal deepened, the fallout began hitting. Mauricio Umansky in ways that were more public than anyone could have predicted. While his career remained superficially intact, the personal and professional consequences started cascading like dominoes. Hollywood insiders claim that agencies, media outlets, and high-profile collaborators began quietly reassessing their associations with him. Nobody wants to be publicly linked to someone who's proven willing to betray trust on such a level, one source revealed. Emails, whispered conversations, and behind-the-scenes decisions hint that Mauricio's reputation, once polished and untouchable, was quietly cracking under pressure. Legal experts also weighed in, highlighting that while Mauricio may have avoided immediate financial consequences due to prenups, the emotional and reputational damages were significant. Custody arrangements, as previously noted, heavily favored Kyle Richards, signaling the court's recognition of her consistent parenting and Mauricio's limited engagement over the years. Sources allege that Kyle's legal team meticulously documented evidence of emotional neglect, secret affairs, and exploitation, creating a powerful record that left little room for Mauricio to maneuver. Though he retained some high-profile opportunities, insiders suggest that the trust he once commanded in Hollywood circles had eroded, creating long-term ripple effects. Meanwhile, Morgan Wade faced intense scrutiny. Social media users, gossip outlets, and fan commentary dissected her role in the betrayal. Insider reports indicate that Morgan's personal and professional reputation took a sudden hit, as public opinion oscillated between shock, disgust, and fascination. Being Kyle's best friend and involved in this scandal has put Morgan under an unprecedented microscope, an insider shared. It's not just personal betrayal, it's public accountability now. Even subtle career shifts, missed collaborations, or canceled appearances were rumored to be linked directly to her involvement in the affair. Public outrage was further fueled by leaked evidence suggesting that Mauricio's exploitative behavior wasn't isolated. Sources hint that similar patterns of secret romantic indulgences, carefully timed with public appearances, may have been ongoing throughout his career. The magnitude of planning and deception points to a pattern that observers describe as systematic and strategic. Hollywood gossip circles began to question whether Mauricio's entire persona, the devoted husband, the charming public figure, was built around manipulating trust for personal and professional gain. Kyle Richards, however, emerged as the central figure of resilience. Insider commentary consistently emphasizes her emotional strength and careful handling of the situation. Despite public humiliation, betrayal by a spouse and best friend, and relentless media scrutiny, Kyle's image remained poised, controlled, and commanding respect. Sources claim that she used the scandal as leverage, not only to protect her family but to reclaim narrative control over her life and career. She's made it clear that her dignity and well-being come first, an insider reported. Kyle isn't just surviving this, she's redefining the power dynamics entirely. The media frenzy escalated when Joe Rogan's commentary went viral. His analysis framed Mauricio's behavior as a masterclass in manipulation, simultaneously holding him accountable while highlighting Kyle's emotional and strategic intelligence. Clips of Rogan discussing the situation circulated across social media, generating millions of views and sparking heated debates. Fans debated whether Mauricio's exploitation was purely opportunistic or part of a more systemic pattern within celebrity marriages. The combination of Rogan's authority, leaked evidence, and social media amplification transformed a personal scandal into a public spectacle that Hollywood couldn't ignore. Insiders also reveal that the scandal forced Mauricio to confront long-buried truths about his public persona. Former collaborators reportedly expressed shock at the evidence, questioning whether his charm and charisma had masked unethical and manipulative behavior for years. Some sources suggest that behind closed doors, conversations about loyalty, trust, and accountability became heated, leaving Mauricio isolated from some of his closest professional allies. The veneer of invincibility, which he had relied upon for decades, was showing cracks that no amount of media polish could hide. Meanwhile, the public's fascination with Morgan Wade's role continued to grow. Insider sources indicate that Morgan faced both professional and personal repercussions, opportunities delayed, social media backlash, and constant speculation about future collaborations. Many fans and gossip analysts debated the ethical implications of her involvement, framing it as a betrayal not just of friendship but of fundamental trust. Being Kyle's best friend should have meant loyalty, one source claimed. Morgan's choices made this scandal exponentially more sensational, and now she's paying the price in the court of public opinion. Leaked images, texts, and messages continued to surface. Revealing more than just the affair, they highlighted a carefully orchestrated lifestyle of deception. Secret trips, luxury accommodations, and private dinners were all arranged to maintain the illusion of a normal marriage in public. Insiders suggest that Mauricio's ability to compartmentalize personal indulgences while maintaining a flawless public image demonstrated both cunning and audacity, further fueling discussions about his character. The narrative that emerged was not just about romance. It was about power, influence, and calculated exploitation at the highest levels. Hollywood observers noted that the scandal had broader cultural implications. Discussions across talk shows, online forums, and entertainment news segments frame the situation as an example of how emotional labor is often exploited in high-profile relationships. Kyle's dedication contrasted sharply with Mauricio's manipulative strategy, highlighting issues of fairness, trust, and accountability that extend beyond celebrity gossip. By maintaining custody and controlling public narrative, Kyle became an emblem of empowerment, resilience, and strategic intelligence in a world where appearances often mask reality, even as Mauricio retained certain professional privileges. Insiders suggest that the long-term consequences could be substantial. Reputation, once considered untouchable, now carries a stain of emotional exploitation and betrayal. Collaborations, endorsements, and public perception are all subject to scrutiny, with whispers of caution and skepticism following him across Hollywood circles. This subtle yet significant shift illustrates that while fame can shield some, betrayal leaves an indelible mark that can ripple for years. Meanwhile, the court of public opinion was relentless. Social media threads dissected every interaction, every leaked photo, every hint of premeditation. Fans compared timelines, debated motivations, and analyzed behavior patterns, effectively turning the scandal into a real-time case study in betrayal and manipulation. Joe Rogan's commentary provided a credible lens, amplifying both the gravity and intrigue of the story. While entertainment networks ran continuous segments exploring the emotional, financial, and psychological dimensions of the affair, Kyle's measured approach, combined with public support, contrasted sharply with Mauricio and Morgan's exposure. Insider reports suggest that Kyle's team strategically released information and maintained privacy where necessary, reinforcing her image as both strong and composed. Her focus on emotional closure, family stability, and reclaiming narrative control has been widely praised, with sources noting that she has transformed a deeply personal betrayal into a powerful statement of autonomy and resilience. As the scandal reached its climax, speculation intensified about Mauricio's future in Hollywood. Some insiders predicted cautious distancing by collaborators, while others highlighted that public fascination could paradoxically sustain his visibility. though now under a cloud of scrutiny. The tension between career survival and moral accountability became a central theme, with many observers framing Mauricio's trajectory as a test case for how celebrity betrayals affect long-term influence. By now, the narrative had fully evolved from a personal marriage issue into a cultural phenomenon. Discussions spanned ethics, trust, celebrity influence, and the emotional labor often hidden in glamorous marriages. The scandal became not just about Mauricio and Morgan's actions, but about the systemic imbalance in relationships where power, wealth, and fame intersect. Kyle's role as the aggrieved yet empowered spouse turned her into a focal point for public admiration, while Mauricio and Morgan became symbols of calculated betrayal. As the dust settled, it became clear that the repercussions were far-reaching. Legal, emotional, and professional consequences intertwined, creating a multi-layered fallout. Fans and insiders alike are still dissecting every piece of leaked evidence, every strategic decision, and every public statement, making this scandal one of the most dissected and talked about in recent Hollywood history. Joe Rogan's voice served as both commentary and validation, reinforcing the narrative that what we were witnessing was not just a personal story but a broader expose of exploitation, manipulation, and the hidden realities behind Hollywood facades. In the end, Kyle Richards emerged stronger, more strategic, and increasingly empowered. Mauricio Umansky retained his career visibility, but not without permanent scrutiny, while Morgan Wade's involvement left lasting questions about loyalty and ethics. The scandal, meticulously documented through leaks, insider accounts,